Peace and blessings. Peace and many blessings. I am your humble correspondent, YPG Betancourt. And gentlemen, we are on the front lines. Today, this is a special request from my man Ted Matrix. So this lecture is called Mode 1 and its effects on a woman's intuition. So first and foremost, prior to 2012, I always made the mistake of giving myself, pardon the audio, I'm moving around in the house. I always made the mistake of hanging myself, of digging my own grave in my interactions with women. You know, a woman will give you enough rope for you to hang yourself. In your dealings with women, you should always be upfront, honest. Now hear me out here. When I'm talking about intergender dynamics, I'm always talking about it from a place of a man operating from a position of power. And as a man, you can't be looked at as snaky or underhanded. You have to let a woman know what it is. That's what being a man is about. You sneaky and you doing a whole bunch of backdoor shit, that just is unbecoming. In 2021, you have to operate totally different. So I've read, well, let me take it back. There was a website called Dating Skills Review. And one day I'm browsing and I come across this excerpt from an article and I read it, John, and it blew my mind. It blew my mind. And I was sitting there thinking to myself, who is this dude? And I saw a picture of Alan Roger Curry. I bought the book and it was truly profound. Because that's how I felt at the time. I just felt as though, me lying to women made me feel small. It made me feel like a little boy for I said, what do I look like? So I remember after reading the book, I would approach women and, I would do exactly what the book told me. I would approach women and say, hey, yeah, what's up? I'm trying to handle something real quick. I'm trying to bust that. And, some women were like, wow, you're very forward. They were like, you're very forward. And a lot of them, I got a lot of no's. But I tell you what, these same women will come to me and thank me. Because I was a man about my shit. And I wasn't sitting around playing games. A lot of these women put me on with their homegirls, and their homegirls were just as bad, if not better. Now, the takeaway from that is women have this radar. They have this sixth sense. They just choose to ignore the red flags. Let me say that again. Women have a sixth sense. They choose to ignore the red flags. They were always there. It's just that whoever they were dealing with at the time had them so hot and bothered, it didn't matter. Not to mention that all women feel as though that they think that it could change somebody. They want to be that woman who was able to tame that wild horse of a man. And say to their friends, look what I did. So, gentlemen, you have to be in a league of your own. Being upfront, being direct, being assertive, that's what that does. Mode 1 got me there. Because like I said, women, they already know what time it is. Their intuition never fails them. It never fails them. You know, when I met my old lady, you see what I'm saying? Oh man, you just took me back too. What's so cold about it is that the last female I dealt with, because like I said, when I met her, I was already like a year and a half to 2 years into really applying mode 1 in my life. And when I met her, she already knew what time it is. She shows up and she told me, granted, we were intimate in no time because the attraction was there. The attraction was there. And she said that she knew. She could just tell by the way I moved, by the way I operated, that I was the real deal. She knew. Whereas the other men that were approaching her at the time, or other men that just approached her generally, you know, the radar would go off. Flares would be shooting out. You know, like, it hurts my heart. It pains me when I see men still playing games, still doing this sucker shit. And that's not how real boss players move. That's not how real boss players move. You gotta sit around sneaking and, I got a rotation, but none of them know about each other. That's some sucker shit. Look at King Fee. King Fee has a rotation that is unparalleled. Or he has the ability to get one. Like King Fee is the pinnacle. He's the cream of the crop. But the point is that he has a rotation and all of the girls know about each other. Not some of them, not most of them. They all know about each other. Why? Because he's the brand that women want. Why? Because he's upfront, forthcoming and direct. And because he's motherfucking Mr. Mink Dragon. But this isn't about him. This is about men being unapologetically, authentically masculine. Because a woman's intuition never fails. Not to mention, what happens when you've been wearing that mask and she finds out that you're not the man who she thought you were? Son, she's gonna lose all respect for you. She's gonna lose all respect for you. Yeah, man. It pains me when I see dudes that still wear masks, man. That still, have props and gimmicks to try to get a lay. If you got a lie for lays, matter of fact, hey, Ted Matrix, thank you. You just laced me. If you have to lie for lays, it's 2021 and this dude still out here lying for lays. You should be ashamed of yourself. You know what pain is? Pain is knowing that we live in a society that is constantly trying to make us the most weak version of ourselves. You know what shame is? The fact that men are willingly compromising their masculinity. Gentlemen, a woman's intuition never lies. They just choose to ignore the red flags. A woman's intuition never lies. They just choose to ignore the red flags. Matter of fact, I'm gonna talk about this for a while. I'm gonna do another drop sometime soon and just touch on this, because I have so many different examples of how this went well and went wrong in my life, because I wasn't a man about my shit at the time. I was a boy masquerading as a man. I told you I used to be an alpha beta. I was an alpha, but only around betas. A woman's intuition never lies. Man, Ted Matrix, man. I can't thank you enough for really wanting me to touch on this subject, man, because it just brought back some stuff I forgot all about. Man. So this one's for you, man. Like I said, I was gonna drop it today. I got some more coming down the pipeline. And you know, it's only gonna get better, man. This is the War Report. I'm your humble correspondent, YPG Betancourt, signing out.